Greetings Bit2Mers, we are going to talk about how much is Bitcoin worth and how and by whom its price is determined. Let's dive in. How much is a Bitcoin worth? How and who determines its price? How is the price of a BTC determined? Bitcoin is a distributed financial system, which is not issued by any government or company, even though it is increasingly backed by them. Even so, Bitcoin is powerful and is a masterpiece of engineering, or as Bill Gates says of it, a technological feat, although its price is quite variable. So much so that a €100 investment in Bitcoin in 2010 turned into 120 million euros by 2013. Incredible, isn't it? The value of money is directly related to its acceptance as a means of payment. So the price of Bitcoin grows and consolidates as it gains popularity, use and adoption in society. The potential of this cryptocurrency as money is enormous. It even surpasses the fiat money we currently use, which is nothing more than banknotes and coins with no value of their own, guaranteed and certified only by issuing entities. Entities that can also devalue the purchasing power of this manipulable money. In the case of Bitcoin, its technological potential makes this cryptocurrency possess better properties than the fiat money of governments, whose issuing control is completely decentralized and nobody controls it. Bitcoin's price is linked to its acceptance and also to supply and demand. Thus, the price of a Bitcoin, BTC, is determined by its own users, anyone who wants to participate in its buying and selling process. For example, miners, who are Bitcoin producers, can propose a price when selling their cryptocurrencies to interested parties by reaching agreements. Also, investors within trading platforms can post bids to negotiate the price of a Bitcoin. This business model is making Bitcoin spread and reach more places. So its value has been changing over time and is based, roughly speaking, on the trust of its users, its usefulness and popularity. Also, the acceptance of this cryptocurrency by companies, banks and countries will make its value continue to grow and consolidate in the markets. As there is no single platform in the world where Bitcoin can be traded, there is no global or single price for this cryptocurrency. In the markets there are arbitrage platforms that help to equalize the price of Bitcoin when there are very large differences in different cryptocurrency exchanges. For example, these platforms allow a person to buy in an exchange with a cheap price and sell in another where the price is expensive, causing a homogeneity in the prices of the different platforms in just minutes. Something curious about Bitcoin is that it went unnoticed for a long time. For more than a year, a Bitcoin was worth absolutely nothing. It was simply a currency that very few users, curious or visionary people knew about, and that was sent as a reward for useful or funny answers in forums. However, on May 22, 2010, a curious event occurred. The first real Bitcoin purchase was made. Laszlo Hanyecz paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas, possibly with an exchange rate of 1 BTC equals $0.003 USD. This simple fact was the spark that ignited an accelerated process of revaluation. The then Bitcoin holders realized that they could access real goods or services with their cryptocurrencies and began to make many Bitcoin sales for a few euros. The ease that Bitcoin provides as a means of payment makes it one of the most widely used methods today for sending remittances and cross-border payments. A use which, of course, also revalues the price of the cryptocurrency. Halving is an event designed to reduce the miner's reward by half every 4 years or so. This event controls the limited issuance of 21 million Bitcoin, which was designed to be an increasingly scarce asset. The cause effect generated by the arrival of a halving in the ecosystem causes the price of Bitcoin to evolve. In a supply and demand system, every internal and external event has an effect on the price. And in Bitcoin, there are many positive and negative events that have occurred. Each of these events leaves its mark on traders and consequently on the price of Bitcoin, usually in proportion to the media coverage of the event. Miners are an essential piece in the ecosystem and also for the Bitcoin price. Their generalized position can drive the price up or down to a greater or lesser extent. Energy costs and other consumptions influence the profitability of miners. Therefore, the price of Bitcoin is always backed by its cost of mining, so it has an intrinsic value, and it is not fiat. One thing that characterizes and scares Bitcoin is volatility. The ability to increase or decrease its price. This means that today I can have 100 euros and tomorrow I can have 80 euros or 120 euros. Although Bitcoin may not seem a reliable system because of this characteristic, we must also take into account that it is a relatively new system, which was born only in 2009. It is to be expected that its first years will be full of volatility, which goes hand in hand with speculation, although with time and maturity, this will decrease significantly, as is beginning to happen now. Trying to guess the future price of Bitcoin is not a simple task and of little use in reality. No one knows what might happen in the future, nor do they know for sure what its next value will be. Analysts can use its history to evaluate past trends and estimate future possibilities, which are not 100% certain. However, the usability and scarcity of Bitcoin at present is leading the cryptocurrency to revalue at an interesting rate. Currently, 3 out of 4 Bitcoins are being used as savings, as a store of value. And many others have been locked up forever due to loss of private keys. So the amount of real Bitcoins that can be used on a daily basis is even more limited than the 21 million that exist. Thanks to all its features and a greater stability in its price, a Bitcoin could be worth $50,000 USD or $100,000 USD in the future, as Ricard Falkvinge points out. Although others more optimistic say it will reach 1 million, or even more than $47 million in the following decades. There are also those who point out that Bitcoin could disappear at any time. Although this is an unlikely scenario due to the more than 100 million users Bitcoin currently has. Keep calm and relax. Be that as it may, the price of BTC will become worth whatever people are willing to pay for it. This is because its price is determined by the trust of its users, in addition to supply and demand in the exchange markets. Bitcoin is a system capable of managing the world's economic accounting in the most optimal, transparent, decentralized, and cheapest way than the traditional one, and that is why it is gaining millions of users every year, so it is possible that its price will continue to grow. If you would like to buy your first cryptocurrencies, visit Bit2Me.com. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our latest content. If you want to learn more about this topic, visit the article in Bit2Me Academy. You can find the link in the description. Until next time.